The Gevo stock holds an RSI 14 at 77 and is currently being overbought on RSI. This does not have to be a sell signal, as many stocks may go both long and hard while being overbought on the RSI. It is therefore important to evaluate the history of the share, as it may tell you something about the RSI sensitiveness. Big movements in Gevo stock price on Tuesday, moving 11.37% between high and low, updated on January 26, 2021. Buy or hold candidate since November 17, 2020, gain 1084.11%. The Gevo stock price fell by minus 4.31% on the last day, Tuesday, January 26, 2021, from $13.24 to $12.67. During the day, the stock fluctuated 11.37% from a day low at $12.23 to a day high of $13.62. The price has risen in 6 of the last 10 days and is up by 150.89% over the past 2 weeks. Volume fell on the last day along with the stock, which is actually a good sign, as volume should follow the stock. On the last day, the trading volume fell by minus 59 million shares, and in total, 38 million shares were bought and sold for approximately $483.36 million. The stock lies in the upper part of a very wide and strong rising trend in the short term, and this may normally pose a very good selling opportunity for the short-term trader, as reaction back towards the lower part of the trend can be expected. A breakup at the top trend line at $13.38 will firstly indicate a stronger rate of rising. Given the current short-term trend, the stock is expected to rise 173.29% during the next 3 months and, with a 90% probability, hold a price between $15.45 and $36.56 at the end of this 3-month period. Signals and forecast. The Gevo stock holds buy signals from both short and long-term moving averages, giving a positive forecast for the stock. Also, there is a general buy signal from the relation between the two signals, where the short-term average is above the long-term average. On corrections down, there will be some support from the lines at $10.26 and $4.86. A breakdown below any of these levels will issue sell signals. Furthermore, there is a buy signal from the 3 months moving average convergence divergence MACD. Some negative signals were issued as well, and these may have some influence on the near short-term development. A sell signal was issued from a pivot top point on Monday, January 25, 2021, and so far it has fallen minus 4.31%. Further fall is indicated until a new bottom pivot has been found. Volume fell together with the price during the last trading day, and this reduces the overall risk, as volume should follow the price movements. Support, risk and stop loss. On the downside, the stock finds support just below today's level from accumulated volume at $11.03 and $10.51. With no support from accumulated volume below today's level, the risk is increased, as a drop below the support at $10.51 may give a huge drop in the stock price. The stock may move very much during a day volatility, and with a very large prediction interval from the Bollinger Band, this stock is considered to be very high risk. During the last day, the stock moved $1.39 between high and low, or 11.37%. For the last week, the stock has had a daily average volatility of 18.70%. The Gevo stock is overbought on RSI 14 and lies in the upper part of the trend. Normally this may pose a good selling opportunity for the short-term trader, but some stocks may go long and hard while being overbought. Regardless, the high RSI together with a trend position increases the risk, and higher daily movements volatility should be expected. A correction down in the nearby future seems very likely, and it is of great importance that the stock manages to break the trend before that occurs. Our recommended stop loss, $12.02 minus 5.10%. This stock has very high daily movements, and this gives very high risk. The RSI 14 is 77, and this increases the risk substantially. There is a sell signal from a pivot top found 1 day ago. Is Gevo stock a buy? Several short-term signals, along with a general good trend, are positive, and we conclude that the current level may hold a buying opportunity, as there is a fair chance for Gevo stock to perform well in the short term. Due to some small weaknesses in the technical picture, we have downgraded our analysis conclusion for the stock since the last evaluation from a strong buy candidate to a buy candidate. Current score, 3.110. Predicted opening price for Gevo of Wednesday, January 27, 2021. The predicted opening price is based on yesterday's movements between high, low, and the closing price. Fair opening price January 27, 2021. Current price $12.84. Gevo is overvalued compared to its price of $12.67 per share, has somewhat below average safety, and is currently rated a hold. Recommendation: Rec Hold. REC reflects the cumulative effect of all the VectorVest parameters working together. These parameters are designed to help investors buy safe, undervalued stocks rising in price. Value: current price, $12.67. Current value, $1.07. Gevo has a current value of $1.07 per share. Compared to a price of $12.67 per share, the stock is currently overvalued. Value is computed from forecasted earnings per share, forecasted earnings growth, profitability, interest, and inflation rates. Upside potential: relative value RV. Very poor RV is an indicator of long-term price appreciation potential. Gevo has an RV of 0.23, which is very poor on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. This indicator is far superior to a simple comparison of price and value because it is computed from an analysis of projected price appreciation 3 years out, AAA corporate bond rates, and risk. Safety: relative safety RS. Fair RS is an indicator of risk. Gevo has an RS of 0.85, which is fair on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. RS is computed from an analysis of the consistency and predictability of a company's financial performance, debt-to-equity ratio, sales volume, business longevity, price volatility, and other factors. Timing: relative timing RT. Excellent RT analyzes a stock's price trend. Gevo has a relative timing of 1.87, which is excellent on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. RT is computed from an analysis of the direction, magnitude, and dynamics of a stock's price movements day over day, week over week, quarter over quarter, and year over year. If a trend dissipates, RT will gravitate toward 1.00. Overall rating: value, safety, timing, VST. Very good. Vista is the master indicator for ranking every stock in the VectorVest database. Gevo has a VST rating of 1.26, which is very good on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. VST is computed from the square root of a weighted sum of the squares of RV, RS, and RT. Stocks with the highest VST ratings have the best combinations of value, safety, and timing. STOP: stop price. $6.32 stop is an indicator of when to sell a position. Gevo has a stop of $6.32 per share. A stock's stop is computed from a 13-week moving average of its closing prices, and is fine-tuned according to the stock's fundamentals. CI Comfort Index. Fair CI is an indicator which reflects a stock's ability to resist severe and/or lengthy price declines. Gevo has a CI of 1.04, which is fair on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. CI is based solely upon a stock's long-term price history. GRT earnings growth rate. GRT reflects a company's 1 to 3 year forecasted earnings growth rate in percent per year. Gevo has a forecasted earnings growth rate of 8.00%, which VectorVest considers to be good. EPS: earnings per share. EPS stands for leading 12 months earnings per share. Gevo has a forecasted EPS of $-0.21 per share. VectorVest determines this forecast from a combination of recent earnings performance and traditional fiscal and/or calendar year earnings forecasts. PE: price to earnings ratio. PE shows the dollars required to buy $1 of earnings. Gevo has a PE of -60.33. The average PE of all the stocks in the VectorVest database is 65.23. EY earnings yield. EY reflects earnings per share as a percent of price. Gevo has an EY of minus 1.66%. This is below the current average of 1.53% for all the stocks in the VectorVest database. GPE growth to PE ratio. Gevo has a GPE rating of minus 0.13. A stock is commonly considered to be undervalued when GPE is greater than 1.00. DIV dividend. VectorVest reports annual, regular, cash dividends as indicated by the most recent payments. Special distributions, one-time payments, stock dividends, etc., are not generally included in DIV. Gevo does not pay a dividend. DY dividend yield. DY reflects dividend per share as a percent of price. Gevo does not pay a dividend, so it does not have a dividend yield rating. DY equals 100x DIV price. It is useful to compare DY with EY. If DY is not significantly lower than EY, the dividend payment may be in jeopardy. DS dividend safety. DS is an indicator of the assurance that regular cash dividends will be declared and paid at current or at higher rates for the foreseeable future. Gevo does not pay a dividend, so it does not have a dividend safety rating. Stocks with DS values above 75 typically have RS values well above 1.00 and EY levels that are much higher than DYDG. Dividend growth rate. Dividend growth is a forecasted annual growth rate of a company's dividend based on historical dividend payments and dividend predictability. It is a subtle yet important indicator of a company's financial performance. It also provides some insight into the board's outlook on the company's ability to increase earnings. Gevo does not pay a dividend, so it does not have a dividend growth rating. YSG Vector. YSG is an indicator which combines DY, DS and DG into a single value, and allows direct comparison of all dividend-paying stocks in the database. Gevo does not pay a dividend, so it does not have a YSG rating. Stocks with the highest YSG values have the best combinations of dividend yield, safety and growth. These are the stocks to buy for somewhat above current income and long-term growth. AVGVOL. AVGVOL is the 50-day moving average of daily volume as computed by VectorVest. Gevo has an AVGVOL of 37,959,150 shares traded per day. Percent vol. Percent vol reflects the percent change in today's trading volume as compared to the AVGVOL. Percent vol equals volume, AVGVOL/AVGVOL 100. Gevo had a percent vol of 0.50% on Tuesday, January 26, 2021. PRC, Gevo